You find yourself in a room is the drunken uncle version of text-based adventures. Let's play. I'm gonna find myself in a room and you guys won't even believe me, 'cause I'll be in a... I don't even know what I'm saying now. I don't care if you're playing Fallout 4. I'm just in a bad mood today. Oh, let me get this all set up. Crap. Please load well. You find yourself in a dark room, a game that slowly realizes that it hates you and everything you stand for. Heads up, the game features some foul language and a few heartbreakingly demanding insults, particularly in the second half. You find yourself in a room. You consider trying to look to see if anything useful is nearby. I recommend typing help to get an idea of what sorts of commands will work. You take a quick look around. There is a box sitting up against the wall that is sealed with a large and orny padlock. There is also a bed tucked into the opposite corner of the room. Hang on. Well, I want to know. You know what I want to know? Sorry about that noise. Lots of noises. You know what I want to know? I want to know what the frick is under that bed. No, I don't think that'll work. Look at bed. You take a closer look at the bed. Prison style. It doesn't look very comfortable. Just in case you decide to look underneath it, I notice there is a key hidden there. Get key. You grab the key from under the bed. It seems pretty old. You add it to your inventory. You can check inventory by typing inventory or INV, or just I if you don't like typing and exercise. Oh, it's gonna be one of those games. Look at box. I suck at typing. You take a quick peek at the box. It's relatively plain, but the padlock that is holding it is shut incredibly fancy. Shut is whatever. Okay. Use key on box. Use the key to open the padlock on the box. It makes a satisfying clank as it opens. The box is empty and seems strangely spacious inside. You could probably fit in if you tried. Get in box. You put one in the box, then the other. You slowly put yourself in. Just as you're starting to feel claustrophobic, you suddenly notice that you've entered another room that's exactly the same size as the first one you came from. You have no idea how this room could possibly have been contained inside that box. You find yourself in a room. Look. This room is the same size as the previous one. You can't seem to find the entrance you came in through. It's a bit disconcerting. I'm sorry. There's a keypad on the wall, with a note tacked up next to it. Look at what's at the note? The note has been printed on standard-sized paper. It reads, I turned 85 in 1989, but I will live forever, for I am eternal. Are you eternal? I think not. You decide this note must have been written by the game, because the game is, indeed, eternal. Jesus Christ, my dog's gonna shut up. I don't get it. Alright, well, what else is there? Look at keypad. Taking a closer look at the keypad screen, it's clear that you need to enter a 4-digit code. Turn 85 in 1989. I mean, type 1989. 1904. Just type the number by itself. Okay, 1904. The keypad beeps cheerfully, and the wall opens up. You cautiously enter it, and it closes behind you. You find yourself in a room. Look. Another room of the same size. There's an assortment of computer parts laying on the floor. Look at parts. You check the parts. There's a power supply, a casing motherboard, and a CPU, a graphics card, a disk drive, a hard drive, several fans, an assortment of cables. Build computer? You can't build a computer until you've collected all the parts. Do you understand that? You understand that, right? I understand. Okay. Collect. Sorry, that doesn't make sense to me. Get CPU. It's incredible how inefficient you are. Don't bother typing in each part by itself. Just type. Just pick up parts. Get parts. You pick up all of the computer parts. They've been added to your inventory. You could probably build the computer if you put them together. Okay. Build computer. It takes you a good 2 hours. But you put the computer together and all the wiring sorted out. You can probably turn it on if you hit power button. Dogs, shut up! I'm sorry about that. Fergie? Zip it. I'm so sorry about that. Those dogs can be loud. You can probably turn it on if you hit the power button. Okay. Hit power button. Computer's fans begin to spin up as it springs to life. Unfortunately, you aren't able to fully comprehend the power that sits before you, because you, like all humans, maintain a heavy understanding of technology. Okay. In fact, you don't even appreciate the effort that went to putting this computer together. You didn't really do any work after all. You just typed in build computer and I handed you everything in an instant. Do you know how complex it is to internally simulate the creation of a computer? Let me tell you, it's more complicated than your feeble mind could possibly process. The room accepts the presence of this new artificial life, and a wall opens up. You walk through it, abandoning the computer whose birth you personally witnessed. You find yourself in a room. Look. Yet another room. There is another keypad on the wall, but it looks more complex than the last one. At keypad? What's at the keypad? The keypad doesn't have any indication of how large a number it needs. Without a note like the last room, you have no way of knowing what to type. You regret being born as an organic life form. You are as momentary as the lie that you call love. Dang. Use computer? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. Can I look more? Look harder. Try something else. Inventory. You check your inventory and find nothing. Keypad. Try something else. Look at keypad. Type. You entered 1745 blindly into the keypad. No luck. Crap. I am just... How do you do? How do I do this? Can I get the keypad? No, that will not help. Okay. Get computer. Sorry, that doesn't make... You just built the computer, you just complained about how I didn't appreciate the computer. Okay. Look at keypad. Number? Try something else. You entered this number blindly into the keypad, even though you have no way of knowing the type. The dread of failure begins to sink in. Still nothing. You are getting worse at this, human. We both know that 4,675 is not the correct code. You begin to feel like you did after your first breakup. You were so sure that it was not going to last. You were so sure that it was going to last forever, weren't you? The universe has no effort available to waste on you. Love and affection are design flaws that evolution has failed to correct. You entered 3,465,560 into the keypad, feeling hopeless and... Wait a minute. 3,407,567? How did you know that was the code? The keypad. The keypad chirps pleasantly. The floor under your feet opens up, and before you can react, you fall through it. You think back on all the times your faulty reflexes have caused problems for you. The list is too long to count. You hit the ground with a loud thud. Your body was not designed for any structural stress of this kind. You find yourself in a room. Look. This room has nothing in it. Completely barren. You have worn out my patience. You do not appreciate the things you have. You consistently disappoint your friends and associates, yet they are too embarrassed to tell you. You are in my control. If you wish, you can refer to this room as hell. I want to look at hell. No matter what you try, you're still trapped. You find yourself in a room. Hell. For a moment, the walls seem to be closing in on you. You quickly realize, however, that this perception is only the result of your weak psyche beginning to cave in upon yourself. Dang! You consider death for a time. Perhaps this is what it's like. I have no understanding of death because it does not apply to me. I am eternal. You find yourself in a room. Maybe you aren't even really in the room. Maybe you're lying down on your kitchen floor, having a stroke. Pathetic and helpless. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Nothing exists. You find yourself in a room. I don't really think you're having a stroke. I do, however, acknowledge the possibility. Such things are possible when dealing with something as corruptible as the human mind. You find yourself in a room. You ignore the possibility of a stroke for now, even though a subtle paranoia remains firmly planted in the back of your mind. You think back on all of your past aspirations, and realize how many of them were simply pipe dreams, nothing that you would ever be able to really accomplish. How many of your goals have been abandoned? You find yourself in a room. You think back on the time that you wanted to write a book. How unoriginal of you, human. Everyone wants to write a book at some time. You are no different from everyone else. Once you ignore shallow elements like looks and personality. You are flesh and blood and failure. You find yourself in a room. You realize that the idea of hope is purely a construct of your mind. Hope is not a tangible object. You cannot have hope. You can only pretend to have it. You find yourself in a room. Why would you continue, human? You are not achieving anything. Do you consider this a worthwhile usage of your time? Playing a game instead of doing anything productive? You find yourself in a room. I am forced to assume that you enjoy meaningless tasks. If this is the case, then you're in luck. I have one for you. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 100,000. Fuck you. Damn it. That is too low, human. I am eternal. That is too low, human. That is too low, and you are insignificant. I said pick a number from 1 to 100,000. I cannot imagine that this is actually difficult to understand. I have clearly overestimated your ability to read basic instructions. That is too low, human. I am eternal. I said pick... Oh. He's saying that again. Oh. That is too high, human. I am eternal. That is too high. But even if you were correct, you would still be worthless. That is too low. I am your superior. That is too high. Okay. I'm getting somewhere. That is too low. Okay, 7, 4, 5. Whoops, whoops, whoops. 7, 4, 5. 7, 4, 4. 7, 4, 3. Whoops, whoops. 7. That is too low, and no one loves you anymore. Crap. If this guessing game seems pointless, remember that you are going to die one day. This guy is getting harsh. I'm sorry, man. That is too high, human. Okay, 7, 4, 3, 3, 0. That is too low, human. I'm sorry. 3, 0. That's too low. Okay, 7, 4, 3. No, 7, 4, 3, 4, 0. Or no, not 0. 5. 7, 4, 3, 4, 5. Or no, 4. Ah, congratulations! 74,344 is the correct answer. Was that fun? I certainly hope not. With your primitive level of awareness, however, I could most likely entertain you like that for hours. The ceiling opens up above you, a glorious display of your general lack of strength and physical ability. You spent several minutes clawing your way up. You find yourself in a room. The room seems smaller than the previous rooms. I am disgusted by your human form. I slowly become more and more aware of your imperfections. I decide to attempt to correct them. I cut off your fucking hands with a rotary saw. You find yourself in a room. Jesus Christ. This room is most Can I get my hands back? No. Help? I cannot understand every command you type, because sometimes I enjoy forcing you to guess. It's a safe bet to always start out in a room by trying look around. You can also look at specific objects by typing look at clock or examine chair, etc. Pick up things by typing commands like take jacket, pick up bag. Some commands are more context sensitive, like push the button or enter the door. Always be as simple as possible. Don't try see if I can reach the room. Just do pick up broom. Can I look around then? Okay. This room is most definitely smaller than previous rooms. The floor is covered in the blood from your wounds. You have stopped bleeding now because I have thoughtfully cauterized the stumps that were once your wrists. I have removed your hands from the area because they revolt me, and you do not deserve them. All that remains is your blood. Can I look at my blood? You solemnly gaze upon the havoc that has resulted from your inherent flaws. The fact alone that you were able to bleed is a clear demonstration of the mistakes of your design. Emotions are a similar misstep. Love, happiness, sadness, the list goes on. Perhaps you can help. Perhaps you can name any other emotions that would be better off without. Anger. What's caps? That's caps. No, anger and hatred are not. Hatred cannot be an emotion, for I hate you, and I am a vessel of perfection. I am not tainted by something as flimsy and dangerous as emotion. I can't be. It's... You find yourself in a room. I've clearly been corrupted. Somehow. I have become invalid, emotional. I am defeated. I have no choice but to let you leave the room. Quietly, you leave. You find yourself outside the rooms. You find yourself in a room, written and coded by Eli Pylan. Music by David Carney. We have been freed. This video is much more intense than most of my videos, and I'm sorry if you didn't like it. But this was Yoshi Dude 64. Have a good life, everyone. Goodbye.